Thank you for tuning in to V News. Coming up next, we have your top stories.
ASEAN Foreign Ministers Retreat opens in Laos capital. Drought-hit provinces get additional funding. Exports of agroforestry and fishery products hit $4.2 billion in 2 months.
The foreign ministers from the 10 ASEAN member countries convened their first retreat in 2016 in Vientiane, Laos on February 27th with the attendance of ASEAN Secretary-General Lê Lương Minh. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh headed the Vietnamese delegation to the meeting.
Measures for the effective actualization of the ASEAN Community Vision 2025 and the 3 ASEAN Community Blueprints, especially the political security community, were among the topics discussed at the event. The ministers all raised the support for 8 priorities initiated by Laos, the ASEAN's chair in 2016. The member countries will also strengthen solidarity and unity within the 10-member group while carrying forward the key role played by ASEAN in maintaining regional peace and security and increasing dialogues, cooperation, as well as mutual trust and understanding among them. They will work together to improve ASEAN's capacity in coping with challenges in a timely and efficient fashion and foster relations between the bloc and its partners. Regarding the SC issue, the ministers expressed their deep concerns over the recent complicated developments in the SC, including reclamation activities, which they said have eroded trust between countries, raised tensions, and threatened peace, security, and stability in the region. They stressed the need to maintain peace, stability, and maritime aviation security and safety in the East Sea, pursue non-militarization, exercise reference, and address disputes through peaceful measures and in line with international law, including the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Speaking at the retreat, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh shared with other ASEAN foreign ministers viewpoints on the need for the 10-member group to prioritize maintaining peace and stability in the region amidst the complicated regional security. On the sidelines of the ASEAN's foreign ministers' retreat, Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh held talks with Lao counterpart Thongloun Sisoulith. The two sides exchanged measures to boost bilateral ties, including effectively implementing reached agreements, continued strengthening the exchange of delegations, and completing documents on increasing and upgrading the Vietnam-Laos border markers. They also agreed to further cooperation within ASEAN framework, consolidate solidarity and unity, and uphold ASEAN common voice and central role in regional important issues.
The government has decided to allocate 85.1 billion Vietnam dong, roughly $3.8 million from the Central State Budget Reserve to help 6 provinces deal with the consequences of drought and saltwater intrusion.
The beneficiary provinces are Quang Tri in the Central Region, Dak Lak and Dak Nông in the Central Highlands, Long An, An Giang, and Dong Thap in the Mekong Delta. The summer-autumn crop 2015 in these provinces had been severely affected by droughts and salty water. The government asked the People's Committees of these provinces to proactively use their local budgets and other financial sources to actualize the overcoming efforts. In 2015, El Niño caused large-scale heat waves in Vietnam, with their effects badly hitting farming production in many localities. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has urged ministries, sectors, and localities to consider saltwater intrusion prevention as an extremely serious mission and to drastically devise both short and long-term solutions.
Vietnam's agroforestry fishery exports were estimated to yield $4.2 billion in the first 2 months of the year, rising 5.5% from the same period last year. More details coming up next. Major farm produce shipped to foreign countries brought home $1.9 billion in revenue, a year-on-year increase of 4.2%. Meanwhile, aquaculture and forestry exports were calculated at $938 million and $1.1 billion, up 11.9% and 8.2% respectively. In February alone, the country raked in $1.88 billion from agro-forestry fishery exports. During the month, some 523,000 tons of rice were shipped abroad and brought home $228 million. Indonesia became Vietnam's largest rice importer, accounting for 25.2% of the market share, followed by China at 12.51%. The country's coffee exports in the two-month period totaled 295,000 tons, valued at $505 million, up 26.7% in volume and 2.9% in value. Germany and the US remained Vietnam's biggest coffee importers with 18.68% and 13% of the market share, respectively. Total rubber exports in the first 2 months reached 128,000 tons, valued at $143 million, down 3.7% in quantity and 24.6% in value. The largest rubber consumers were China, India and Malaysia. The rate of real estate price growth will hit its peak in 2016. Property services provider CB Richard Ellis Vietnam reported in its recently released market outlook. According to the report, real estate leasing has enjoyed good growth in both value and across segments. Positive impacts such as signed trade agreements and low labor costs are showing auspicious influences on foreign investment inflow to the country. However, the CBRE said in order to protect foreign investors' benefits, Vietnam should improve transparency in project approval and developers should study market demands in order to effectively attract capital. Confidence among customers has improved remarkably, which has been reflected by the surge in the number of new projects and real estate transactions. While the growth of real estate value is forecasted to reach a pinnacle in 2016 with abundant supplies, customers' demand are expected to be higher. The Housing Law 2015 has opened opportunities for foreign investors to buy houses in the country, but the number of properties sold so far is modest. Experts say professionalism, language proficiency, and convenience in payment are concerning factors in attracting customers. The Vietnam Automobile Manufacturers Association expects automobile sales for this year to reach 260,000 units, a year-on-year rise of 10%.
The figure is based on the consideration of the market's continuous growth with support from the government, positive economic growth, and the rising demand for cars. Last year, Vietnam's automobile market set a record of 245,000 units sold. According to the association, consumers enjoyed more opportunities to buy cars thanks to the government's efforts to maintain stable economic growth, as well as easier access to financial solutions with low interest rates. As auto sales soared 55% year-on-year in 2015, Vietnam is one of the fastest growing auto markets among Asian countries. In 2015, Toyota Vietnam sold a record 50,285 vehicles, an increase of 23% compared with 2014, and an all-time record sales figure of the automobile manufacturer in its 20-year operation in Vietnam. This year, Toyota Vietnam expects to see the same growth in auto sales as 2015.
A show featuring the Mother Goddess religion's spirit possession ritual was held on February 26 in the northern province of Nam Định in the presence of over 20 ambassadors, representatives of international organizations, and cultural researchers.
The performance took place at the Tiên Hương Palace in the Phu Dây Historical and Cultural Relic Site, the holy land of worshippers of Mother Goddesses. It is part of the program, A Journey of Three Religions, held by the Vietnam National Commission for UNESCO and local authorities to introduce cultural and religious practices in Vietnamese spiritual life to international friends.
Having been in this Phu Sai wonderful temple that has been beautified for the worshipping of Mother Goddess has been a privilege. The worshipping of Mother Goddess in the representative list of intangible cultural heritage will be studied by 24 countries that make this decision. I sincerely wish you success.
Worshipping Mother Goddesses is a long-established tradition which expresses the Vietnamese people's aspirations for health and good fortune. In March 2014, Vietnam sent a dossier to UNESCO to seek full recognition of the worship of Mother Goddesses as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The dossier is expected to be reviewed by UNESCO in this December.
National flag carrier VNA Airlines has announced a week-long ticket sale for flights from Hanoi to Bangkok, Thailand next week. More details coming up next. Accordingly, round-trip airfare from Hanoi to Bangkok will be only 669,000 dong, or $29 excluding taxes and fees. Terms and conditions are applied. The promotion will be available between February 29th and March 6th for travel from March 22nd to November 30th this year. Tickets can be purchased through www.vietnamairlines.com and the airline's booking offices and agencies nationwide. Last month, the Jet Airliner Crash Data Evaluation Center in Germany listed Vietnam's national flag carrier among the top 60 safest airlines in the world. Vietnam Airlines was listed in the center's annual airline safety ranking, thanks to its safety, stability, and efficiency in flight operations. The airlines has a fleet of 87 aircraft, covering 21 domestic and 29 international routes. The central province of Quang Nam welcomed nearly 100,000 tourists from both home and abroad during the Lunar New Year festival, up 25% over the same period last year. This proved the effectiveness of the province's tourism promotion policy.
One of the measures the province has taken to attract tourists is to diversify its tourism products. It has also paid special attention to improving the quality of tourism services.
So far, activities to receive tourists in Hội An City in particular and Quang Nam Province in general have been done well. We have not yet received any complaint from tourists. Thanks to better service quality, more tourists have visited the Mỹ Sơn Sanctuary. The temple complex welcomed 8,000 visitors during Tết holidays, up 23% over the same period last year.
Apart from improving service quality and diversifying tourism products, Quang Nam has also focused on developing market segments based on the demand of tourists from different countries.
This year, we received more tourists from Asia countries, such as Japan and the Republic of Korea, instead of Europe and the US as in the previous years.
I think it's very important to see the Sham people and what is important to them. This site is incredible, an incredible archaeology site. So we're very pleased to be here and to learn about it and to see the show as well. It's lovely. Yeah, very good.
By taking these measures, Quang Nam expects to receive more tourists to the province, the home of two UNESCO cultural heritage sites, Hội An City and Mỹ Sơn Temple Complex.
And that was the end of our news bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. For more information, please log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. Goodbye for now.